Hey Sean, has the culture war aspect of how people view Star Wars impacted the way you watch it or talk about it? It's made the Star Wars discourse almost insufferable. Like, I don't like talking about Star Wars anymore because it's no longer even really talking about Star Wars, because you have two really loud extremes that are just ruining the whole thing for everyone else. And it's almost the two extremes yelling at each other over everyone, and these two people in the extremes don't realize all the normal people in the middle don't want to be the casualties, the collateral damage of their weird Star Wars culture war. So of course you have the anti-woke, anti-Disney, throwing the MCU crowd just shouting like everything Disney Star Wars is the worst. It's ruining my childhood. Everything's just a den, and they can't give it credit for anything. So like I posted my thoughts on the first 4 episodes, and they're mixed negative, and it's all framed in pretty negative language of I don't trust them. I'm very nervous about this, and this. And then I give it some credit where credit's due. It is a different time. It is a murder mystery. We are just kind of spending time with Jedi on a mission, but I don't like the treatment of the Jedi. And there's some other things I don't like about it. And so, distinctly mixed with a negative flavor to it. I was called a shill. People asked if I was paid money to give a mixed negative review. Was I paid money to start off by saying, did Disney pay me to say, I do not trust Lucasfilm and Disney right now. Kathleen Kennedy has done a bad job, so anything they put out, I don't trust it. They accused me of being paid to say that. That's crazy. Like, I was paid money because I didn't fully roast every detail of the show. Ridiculous. Insanity. Other side, you have people saying, there are I've seen comments saying, I haven't seen any legitimate criticisms of the show. Just sexism and racism. No legitimate criticisms? Thus, immediately, the implication of that statement that I've seen multiple times, seen it a few times in my comment section, a whole lot on Twitter, the implication, anyone that says a criticism of the show is motivated by sexism and racism, bigotry, all that fun stuff. Everyone that opposes any criticism of the Acolyte are just people that are angry that there's diversity on the show. That's ridiculous. And of all the shows to make that statement about, there's some pretty clear things in the Acolyte that could step on toes for lore reasons. There's some stiff acting. There's some costumes that look a little bit cosplay-ish. Of all the shows to act as if there's no problems with it, the Acolyte, I get there's things to like. That's why I was mixed on it. I get a lot of that, why people would enjoy quite a bit of it, and there's things about it that I respect. My feelings on the Acolyte are like that quote from Ray Stevenson's character from the Ahsoka about the Jedi.
I miss the idea of it, but not the truth.
I like the idea of the Jedi, not the truth. That's my feelings on the Acolyte, that they're I want to go to a different time period, but it doesn't fully work. And because it's not picking a side, that team sports mentality, just both sides getting a little bit of hate from them. Both sides kind of angry at me. And there's no winning when you talk about Star Wars. No matter what you say, no matter how you say it, you have people angry with you. Some of, at least one person I know a little bit over on Twitter, and seen her at some events. We've never talked to the person, but we've been at some similar events, and we've interacted over Twitter. Gotten death threats, rape threats, all sorts of other things because she likes the Acolyte. That's crazy. It's so insane that this show that kind of, even the thing that people are mad about is you're ruining my childhood. The whole concept of it is this world that brings childhoods to life. It makes us excited about fancy things like that. Taking my son to go see the prequel trilogy. He's going to see 3 movies in a row in a theater. He's getting excited movies about this thing I love so much. It goes back to Star Wars. So the thing that like ignited our imagination, our childhood. It's like that's the thing about it. It's like childhood wonder franchise. And now you're a grown-up using that to threaten death and rape on people for liking the new stuff. That's crazy. That's nutty. But then there's people saying that any criticism of the show is just hate, cry adult man babies, all this stuff. Now, is calling someone a man baby, crybaby, is that as bad as threatening to murder someone? Both are bad behaviors, but if you're saying broad strokes, there's no legitimate criticisms. Awesome, other than you're racist, you're throwing logs on the fire. You're provoking the other side. And when you make these insane statements, you prove them right. And you throw logs on the fire. And so it's all us normal people in the middle that are like disappointed with Star Wars or still like Star Wars, but we're not angry at other people for liking or disliking, just normal takes. Do you like it? Yes. Do you like it? No. Frustrated by the changes to the lore. I kind of like the changes to the lore. The happy stuff. All of us are victims of these two extremes and their weird culture wars and their death threats, and they're accusing people of ists and isms. Just insane. Knock it off, you freaking weirdos. Act as if this is the thing that ignited your childhood wonder. We have different opinions on it. That's fine. Stop suggesting anyone that doesn't like Star Wars in its current form has a character flaw or an ist or an ism. And obviously, stop threatening to murder people, rape people. That's like such unhinged, weird, insane behavior. And it's not that uncommon. And it is the people that, like, I hear the weirdest takes, it's sent towards women. I get weird, crazy stuff too. I get some death threats. It seems like it is, of course, a little stranger, the stuff that's sent to women. Knock it off. Don't do it. Stop it. Most of these clips are pulled from my Patreon live streams. I do about 6 live streams every single month. For $2 per month, $20 per year, you can get access to all the exclusive videos and live streams. For $5 per month, you get your name on my end card. At the top tier, you get a 30-minute video chat with me each month. The link down below in the description has more information.